It's been a long time coming. It has been hell. I'm so proud of the design. I don't know if you can tell. This is actually a great look and I wear it every Saturday night.
It's like when your mum says they don't have a favourite, but they do.
It was just a lot. We're ready to go. Yesterday was a disaster. Hey team, and welcome back. Hope you are all well. I know that I have been MIA lately and I hope this video explains why. It's been a long time coming. It has been announced on Instagram, so you may already know that I have launched my own non-alcoholic spirit. I've been speaking about sobriety now for the last 4 years, and I'm hoping this video just elaborates a little bit on that journey, how we got to where we are in terms of launching a non-alc spirit, and also showcasing lots of behind the scenes of starting your own brand. You're gonna see behind the scenes in the factory, developing the website. You'll understand kind of core reasons why the brand started, who's involved, how they got involved, a bit more of an insight into where I've been for the last however long. I had an idea for a non-alcoholic spirit back in 2020. So it was around the time of lockdown when everyone was doing Zoom quizzes, everyone was getting drunk over Zoom and having a lovely time. I didn't really have that. If I wanted to have a non-alcoholic spirit, they were all very botanical. I didn't feel that I was as involved as everyone else. So I kind of had an idea ticking away throughout the whole of 2020. I stuck a picture of a non-alcoholic spirit on my vision board and I was like, this is gonna happen. And I started thinking about names and concepts and what is missing, what would I want? So I came up with the name of Carouse. I researched loads of different words surrounding drinking and we went through some tragic names, like I wish I could tell you all the tragic ones. And then I found this word and I loved the meaning. So Carouse is a spin on an old English word meaning a noisy, lively drinking party. And I thought, yeah, I still wanna go out and party. I still wanna have a good time, but without the alcohol. So I just thought it encapsulated everything that I wanted. Anyway, I reached out to my manager who I've worked with now for, gosh, it's coming up 8 years. I said, Andrew, I've had this idea. How do we go about it? How do we make it happen? He came back to me probably a couple of weeks later and said, Steph, I've researched into the industry. It's fascinating, it's growing. More people are becoming sober curious. More people are having these amazing conversations. More people are challenging the societal pressures that we're all under. He was like, count me in. Whatever you're doing, count me in. So I was like, oh, this is exciting. Someone backs what I'm doing. This isn't just me having an idea and thinking it's good, like someone else believes in me. So I was really excited, and I was living with my parents at the time and I ran into the kitchen. I said, Mum and Dad, Andrew and I are going to do this thing. Anyway, my dad went away and he thought about it and he researched into it and he was like, Steph, this sounds amazing, count me in. And I was like, what? First Andrew, now my dad, like people are really believing me that this is so exciting. Some more family conversations happened. My brother heard that Dad was involved. So my brother was like, well, if Dad's involved, I trust Dad. Doesn't trust me. He was like, I trust Dad, count me in. So this is the introduction that actually this is very much a family business. The 4 of us have been working over the last 2.5 years to bring this to life. None of us with experience in the food and beverage industry, but we have just squirreled away and we have worked so hard to create something that we're really, really proud of. So that's the team. I'm gonna be honest, I've not filmed absolutely every single incremental thing because there's been so many hiccups along the way, and I've almost not wanted to tempt fate because I've been so nervous of things going wrong or things not happening, and it's only really since last November that things have really escalated and really started to come to fruition, and I thought it's time to start documenting it. This video you will see from January, our first production date, all the way up until a couple of weeks ago, and when we finally launched and you're actually able to buy it at the moment, but we will get to that later in this video. I don't want to ramble too much, but our main ethos for this brand is creating something that feels more adult than a soft drink, but less intense as an alcohol. Maybe sometimes they drink alcohol, sometimes they don't, but they want something that feels and replicates the same feeling as alcohol in terms of you go, you pick up that gorgeous bottle, you pour it, you can drink it over ice, you can add it to a mixer, and you feel involved with the rest of your group. That's what we wanted to achieve, and we wanted something that tasted delicious, that you would come back for again and again and again, but without the after effects of alcohol. We had that nailed down within those recipes in 2021, and then one of the elements in those recipes was discontinued, which changed the entire complexity of the drink. We tried to replicate it with other things and it just wasn't working, and it was beyond stressful, so we thought, no, we're going to scrap it, we're going to go for an entire new recipe. We understand the flavour combinations we want. So then in April 2022 we booked in for a day at a lab. We sat there for hours tasting, tweaking, changing until we were happy with it again. Unfortunately, due to everything going on in the world, there was a global shortage of glass. which was really unhelpful for everyone in the world, but also for us starting out on a new venture. We could not source glass bottles for, I want to say, about 8 months, which definitely added delays into the business and into the process. Now, to explain the drinks, there are 2 flavours. They are mood enhancing drinks with adaptogen and nootropic ingredients in. Adaptogen ingredients are basically herbs and extracts that help your body adapt to stress. When you combine certain ingredients together, they can help your body feel at ease, and that's what we wanted to create with our Drift drink. So Drift is a combination of summer fruits. There's cucumber in there, basil in there. There's a combination within the drink that can help you feel calm, relaxed, and wind down after a long week, which is something that we all need sometimes. Then we have Uplift, which is completely different. It's a completely different flavour combination. It's got citrus fruits, it's got ginger. We've also added some chili in there as well. So when you drink it, you kind of get that warmth that you'd get if you were having a rum or a whiskey, that feeling of, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a good time tonight. That's what we wanted to achieve with the Uplift. So nootropic ingredients can also have cognitive benefit, and there's a combination of those within Uplift that can make you feel, like the name, uplifted with a gentle buzz ready for the evening ahead. And both of them can be drunk completely on their own or with a mixer. We've used natural extracts, we've used plant-based ingredients. The factory is completely gluten-free. We sweeten it with agave nectar instead of honey. If I was to design my dream non-alcoholic spirit with everything that I think is missing out there, this is it. And that's exactly what we've done over the last 2.5 years. So the next clip that you will see is our first production run back in January. You'll see some behind the scenes of the factory and some absolute nightmares that we faced very early on in this journey of production. I'll leave this spiel here for now, but I will check in with you later with more updates regarding the website and talking you through all of the nitty-gritty things that have got us here to launch. Without further ado, let's begin. Right, let's have a catch up, shall we? So yesterday was a disaster. I didn't want to talk about it yesterday because I was sobbing, I was crying, I was emotional, I was overwhelmed. We got to the factory and it went from being the best day of my life to probably one of the most disastrous. Basically, we got there, the factory is insane, the team is insane. It's an hour, 2 hours away from us, so it's so close. Everything is being produced in the UK. We get there, they've batched up the product, it fills the room and it smells incredible. Like, it's the Drift, it's summer fruits, it's goji berries, it's insane, and the smell was just lifting. We all tried the product, the people that worked there have to try it too. They said it's one of the best that they produce. I was getting so excited. It tasted amazing, the colour was amazing, the bottles looked amazing. So the morning was spent cleaning the bottles, filling them up, loading them with the lids, and then basically you put them into pasteurisation baths, and they have to be pasteurised because there's no alcoholic content in there. So obviously alcohol keeps everything clean. We've used natural fruit extracts, natural ingredients. Any kind of bacteria gets in there, it could just breed and go off. So we put them in basically a big old bath. However, our bottles had a design flaw. So we've used a matte finish on the frosting and then a decal kind of sticker on top. The glue that we used must have been wrong. Like, we're going to have a debrief with our printer tomorrow. Something must have gone wrong, because when they came out of the pasteurisation baths, really, really hot, and then they were cooled down, basically it's like putting something in the dishwasher, and you know you don't put your favourite mugs in the dishwasher because they might get ruined. Anyway, took them out, all of the design fell off the bottles. I cried. I could not see sense. I was like, what do you mean? Like, we're supposed to be launching in a couple of weeks. What do you mean none of these bottles are usable? Obviously the liquid is good to go, but none of the bottles are. It was honestly horrendous. And right now there's no solution. So I'm trying to be positive because I know the product is good. I know the design is beautiful if we can fix these issues. I know the flavour combination is insane. So we're supposed to be doing Uplift today. We were supposed to be doing Drift yesterday, Uplift today. There's just no point. So we've sent the bottles back to our printers. We're going to see what the solution is. Honestly, you know when you've worked so hard on something? We've been working on this for like 2 years. We are so excited about the concept, the product, the way it's going to hopefully help people. And it's just put a massive spanner in the works. It's going to be further expense, I don't want to get upset. But it's just so frustrating when we were finally at that like last exciting stage and it's just all gone to shit. So I will hopefully check in with you when we have more positive news, because right now all we've got is sadness. No, that was so deep. We're going to be putting out fires and in solution mode for the next however many weeks until we find a way to resolve this issue. But yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit. Hello. So it's been a few weeks since I've checked in with you. We have regrouped. We have met with everyone involved in the bottling process and we have come up with some solutions. Now, it has been hell trying to find something that doesn't sacrifice the design and still makes it look beautiful and elegant and all of the things that we have wanted to achieve since the very beginning of starting this brand. I don't know if it's an original design fault. We have to make some sacrifices. So the sacrifice is we're going to have to pay extra to apply a lacquer on top of our decals to make sure that they don't fall off. It does change the colour ever so slightly. It gives it more of a matte finish. I don't know if you can see, this is one of our samples. Is that one of the right samples? Not even the right sample. So instead of it being this shiny, it's now going to be matte. It's not the end of the world. It's not what we originally designed. It's not going to match the tamper seals perfectly. However, it's a solution and hopefully pass the test at our next production run. We've sent back all of the bottles back to our printer. They're going to apply the lacquer over the next few weeks and then we're going to lock in another production date for April. Go ahead with that production date and then I'm praying that we can launch in May because I just really want it to be out in time for summer so people can take it on picnics and have an amazing time in the sun and just enjoy a summer without the pressure of alcohol if you don't want to have it. It has been a long process. I can't tell you how long it's taken to get to this decision. It sounds like a very easy decision, but we were like, do we need to redo the design? Are we going to waste all of these bottles? It was just a lot to deal with, but I feel hopeful. Start working on things now like sorting out our fulfillment, which isn't very exciting, so I'm not going to document, but I will take you on the next production run when we test Uplift. So yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I am broken. It's been a very long few weeks. We are on the mend. Hello team, how are we doing? So I have spent the last 4 months working with Fiverr. Now if you don't know the platform Fiverr, it's just life-changing. We have actually outsourced multiple things via Fiverr. It's something that has really helped me across multiple businesses, not just Cruise. I actually used it when launching Sustainable back in 2019. I remember, oh my god, before I knew Fiverr existed, I asked for a website to be built and someone quoted me like £10,000 to build a bespoke website. When you're starting up something like this, you really need to be frugal with your money and you also need to make sure that you're getting exactly what you need for the best rate, right? So through Fiverr, I researched multiple different website designers that worked specifically on Shopify. So Shopify is the platform that we'll be retailing through, but I needed someone that had knowledge of how it worked so that they could set up the back-end system for me, answer any questions, make it look aesthetic and beautiful, make it user-friendly and make it look luxurious and premium. I spent a good time looking through the freelancers on Fiverr and I shortlisted 3. They were different price points and offered different packages. I came up with a brief of our scope of work, talking about what pages we needed, what we were hoping for, the turnaround time. They then came back with their fee. I went back to the team and we discussed which one was best suited to us. So we found someone who declares himself a Shopify whiz and he is currently building our website at the moment. So I sent over everything that we had. We don't have photography yet, so I just said, can you just put some placeholder images? Here's our logo, here's our assets, here's our fonts. I have literally picked up my stress and anxiety and handed it over to someone else that will be able to package it up really beautifully and send it back to me. Then for copy, I knew that we needed an about us page, I knew that we needed copy on the main feed, I knew that we needed copy around the product, and I just needed some assistance on how to say what I wanted to say in an eloquent way and articulate it beautifully to those reading. The process is so easy. So she sent me over a Google sheet and she basically said, fill this out with all of the information about your brand. So I sat for a few minutes, I wrote it out, and then she went away, typed it up, and then she sent over this Word document with all of the information, and then we could literally just pick it up. That is now our copy, and then we can drop it on the website. Easy. Then for photography, found a UK-based photographer via Fiverr. So then I sent over all of our product to her. We are literally waiting for the images at the moment and I'm so excited to receive them back. And the whole process has just been seamless and easy. I can't tell you how amazing it is to just outsource these things when you feel like you're drowning. I could then focus on the planning of the launch whilst all of these other big niggly things were being sorted and planned by professionals. And it has just been such a help throughout this entire process, and it is a platform that I'm going to use again and again in the future. So yeah, I will leave a link in the bio and I highly recommend it. But just know that when you look through our website, the copy, the images and the website have all been done by freelancers from Fiverr. Good morning. Today we are heading down to the factory for our second production day. We're working on a different recipe, so this is the uplift. The team are currently batching it up as we speak. When we arrive, it will be ready to go and ready to taste, and then we'll give you another little tour of the factory. And fingers crossed today isn't such a disaster. Okay, so the last time we went to the factory, all you saw from that was a little montage, so I thought I would talk you through the entire process. We start by putting on all of the gear, including shoe protectors, hair nets, beard nets, all that jazz. Then as soon as we walk through the factory doors, we wash our hands. This is actually a great look, and I wear it every Saturday night, just in case you were wondering. Anyway, once everything is batched up in these massive vats, we flush out the system with water. Even though the recipe doesn't actually change, we still need to try the drink every production day just to make sure it's perfect, and it is delicious if I do say so myself. Cheers. Oh my god, so nice.
That's good.
Isn't it? Once we're happy with how it tastes, we start filling the bottles. The bottles themselves are cleaned at multiple stages throughout the printing, the packaging and everything like that, but we give them one last final wash with purified water before filling them with our delicious recipes. It's very satisfying to watch, I must say. Then we hand apply the bottle lids, and I say we, but our wonderful team at the factory are doing it with great precision. Then they're loaded into the cages for pasteurisation. So they will sit in these baths for a little while, and there's loads of science to it, but I'm not actually allowed to go into too much depth as I'm not allowed to show all of the processes that go on within this factory, but they are left to cool down after their little hot tub spa trip. And here's me going up to a bottle of Uplift for the first time, and I was very happy to see the design had not fallen off. Anyway, once they're cooled, they then get added to this fun little conveyor belt, and the tamper seals are applied by hand. Now, I sat with a compass and a ruler for 3 hours back in November 2022 to design these tamper seals. So when you get a bottle, please stop to admire them before you rip them open. From here, we then have the perfect cruise bottle ready to be sent out to our customers. So they get packed away into our gorgeous boxes. The boxes get sealed with a sensational piece of equipment. Watch this. Insane. And then they are sent to our fulfillment centre to store until they're ready to be sold. So that is the life and journey of a cruise bottle. I hope you enjoyed watching that. Here's a video to finish that section of my assistant loving being filmed.
Is this going to be a new vlog? Yeah.
Team, yesterday was a success. Honest to God, I didn't see it going as well as it did. So the production run went exactly how we wanted it to, and we managed to leave with the amount of product that we were hoping for. So we are now going to be ready for launch. We have a few nitty-gritty things that we need to iron out. We have to do an extra run of drift, but we're really on track to launch in time for May, which is extremely exciting. We are ready to hit that go button. The moment we have a website, we will press go, and it's very exciting. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Right, my honeys, I'm running extremely late, so I can only chat to you for like a second and a half. But basically tonight I'm going to my friend Callum's for dinner, and he is hosting a dinner party for us because he's releasing a cookbook called The 20-Minute Vegan, and he's cooking us all dinner, and we're gonna have a lovely time. There's 5 of us going, which is really exciting. Lou, me, my friend Emily, Callum and his housemate Seps. And I'm gonna take 2 bottles. I'm gonna take one 200ml drift and one 200ml uplift, and we're gonna do a taste test. We're gonna take some ginger beer, some lemonade and some soda water. I'm gonna film their reactions because this will be the first people outside of my family or the company to try the product. Anytime my family have tried it, they've tried it from sample bottles, which are just clear glass. They don't have the design, you don't get the whole experience or the whole branding feel. So this will actually be the first time that someone tries it in an environment where it's supposed to be drunk as well. Like, we want it for dinner parties, we want it for get-togethers, we want it for social occasions. So the next footage you will see will be them tasting it at Callum's flat in the dinner party setting. Tonight we are trying the cruise. We're coming here for a dinner party hosted by Callum to celebrate his book launch, and I have bought some Carews for the team to try. The first people outside of my family to try it.
I absolutely love the branding.
So good.
The branding's sick, isn't it?
That.
Yeah,
What's your favourite
My
out of the two?
favourite, it's like when your mum says they don't have a favourite, but they do. They're both great, but for me, this with ginger beer, I think is the one.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
I agree.
I like this. I like this, but that is more like I'd have this on a night out happily.
Yeah.
And that I would have if I was chilling out, and it was like I was like, say, taking in, like, maybe I was there with a future wife or my hubby, and then sitting there, you know, it's you like sunsets.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Which was your favourite, Em?
This one.
That one.
Right here.
I like how I took like, what, a minute to explain.
I know, I'm like,
The Welsh.
this one.
And Sets, what's your favourite?
That one.
The same one? Yeah. Right, my darlings, we are in full work mode. The hair mask is in, the hair is slicked back, and we are almost ready to make the website live. I've just had confirmation from our fulfillment centre that everything is ready to go. I've just been sent the final version of the website. So the designer that we went for on Fiverr has built the Shopify website, so then we now have access to the back-end system, so any other copy changes we want to change, we can. It's also amazing because I didn't realise in our fee that we paid, this guy Javier is actually going to give us lifetime support. So after we've gone live, if there are any tweaks or changes that I want to make, all I've got to do is send him a message through Fiverr and he'll be able to make the necessary changes that maybe my skill set doesn't allow. So for example, I now understand how to change images or copy or move a few little things around, but he will be able to add extra pages, because as we grow and expand as a brand, I want our website to reflect that too, with like recipe tabs and blog posts, and just be more of a hub of knowledge rather than just somewhere to buy product. So we're ready to go basically. Shall I give you a little tour of the website? You can't say yes or no because this is pre-recorded. The imagery that's come back is amazing. It's really easy to use, and he's built us actually 2 separate websites. So one that looks great on the computer and one that looks great on the phone as well, and they're completely different builds. We have received a lot of high quality work, which I'm really, really grateful for. So let me show you. We've got our logo at the top, our 4 tabs at the moment, but again, like I said, Javier can help us add other pages. As you hover over them, you get the little line underneath, which I think is really, really nice. He's also made it really sleek, so when you hover over buttons, how nice is that? That's so nice. Then you come down and here is our fabulous graphic with the logo, which I'm just obsessed with. It looks amazing on the page. All of the grey boxes he suggested, because obviously all of our bottles are frosted. So we wanted this really sleek design where it's just all cohesive throughout the entire website. Then introduces you to the products with those lovely images. And then here, we have, what I love about this is it really incorporates the gold. You know that I said, like, I love that all the images, as you hover over them, they zoom in, they turn gold. It's just lovely and sleek. So then when you go into shop, this is my favourite part. This is my absolute favourite part. Watch when you hover over each image, boom, a glass appears. Boom, a glass appears. How amazing is that? I love it. I'm so proud of how it looks. I've got a few pointers to send him and stuff, but I'm just obsessed. Our story that I'm going to proofread now, and then obviously the contact page as well. But it's all there, it's all there. I can't believe it. Honestly, we've worked on this for so long, I just can't believe that launch is literally in a couple of weeks. I honestly cannot believe it. So I am going to go squirrel away now, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Hello! I feel like it's been a little while since I've spoken to you about the project. So we have just officially launched the Instagram page, which is extremely nerve-wracking because now it is out and it is real and it is coming into the world. We currently have 23 followers. Very exciting. I literally just announced it on my story and just said something is coming, please follow this page, and people are slowly trickling in, which is so nerve-wracking. And also I haven't really teased it on social media because it's been so full on and such a big project, and I've been nervous about it, right? Like, I've never launched this kind of product into the market before. I've never been in the food and beverage space. Like, it's very new to me. So I've not done any of that. You know, when influencers are like, something is coming, but I can't tell you what. I've not done any of that because I've just wanted to like problem solve and get everything ready and make sure that to me it's perfect, or as perfect as it can be, before I kind of say it to the world. We're finally at a position where the stock is ready, the fulfillment is ready, all of the nitty-gritty things are ready. For a couple of weeks, we're just going to try and build social traction onto the Instagram page, drive people towards it, build that kind of sober space so that the moment we hit go and we announce what it is, who we are, everything like that, they will be able to get excited with us. Because at the moment, all I have posted is the graphic of the logo filling up the cup and then unfilling up the cup and coming in a new colour. Have I even spoken about the logo? Let's do that now. So the name is Carews, and when we found the name, it was so clear what we needed to do and to create an atmosphere through the ingredients and the packaging and the bottles, and for it to be like an actual piece. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know when you give a beautiful bottle of champagne or something and it's like, oh my God, you don't even want to use it because it's so beautiful, and even after you've used it, you might keep hold of it. That's what we wanted. And then we wanted obviously the quality of the ingredients to taste amazing, make you feel amazing, And Carews really encapsulated all of that. When we found that, everything just slotted into place, and then suddenly we came up with the logo. It's a martini glass kind of base, and then it's like a non-binary figure, it's a voluptuous figure dancing, and it just encapsulates the meaning of the brand. It's inclusive to everyone. The name is about dancing and partying and enjoying itself. And then when we got the graphic made, which shows the movement of the logo, email, everything has just fallen into place. I'm so proud of the design. I don't know if you can tell. So that's what the logo and the name mean. Right, my angels, how are we doing? It has been a couple of weeks since I've checked in, I believe. So within the time of me speaking to you last, I haven't even mentioned this in this video, but last Saturday I co-hosted an alcohol-free festival with my friend Millie called Dry Disco. We hired an iconic club in London, we took over all 7 rooms, and we put on an entire sober festival for our guests. This was our first experience serving Carews in a bar environment to alcohol-free customers, getting live feedback on the taste, the mouthfeel, the packaging, and it was incredible. Since then, we've had an amazing response. We've had loads of people sign up for pre-sale. We actually launched for pre-sale last Friday. It surpassed all of our expectations. We then went live on Saturday for general sale. I kept pinching myself thinking, no, this is too good to be true. But no, the orders kept flowing. The website is live, and I'm just so full of pride, and I'm so excited for more people to learn about Carews and to try it and to have an option that I didn't have 4 years ago. I said we surpassed all our expectations. We've actually sold out of the Drift. I can't believe it. We've sold out of Drift completely of the 500ml. I believe last time I checked we have 5 left of the 200ml. By the time this video goes live, it might be sold out entirely. It's just the most surreal feeling. I really hope that anyone that gets to try it loves it. Please let me know if you do try it. I will leave the link to shop in the description box for you to check out. Please let us know what you think about the website, because obviously it was built by Fiverr. I'll also leave a link to the developers I used and a few other assets via Fiverr in the description box as well, because to anyone starting a business, sometimes we need a little bit of an extra helping hand, and Fiverr absolutely does that. I actually might wind down for the weekend with a glass of Drift. So thank you so much for watching this video. It's very, very, very different to something that I usually post, but I hope it has been insightful and enjoyable to watch. God, there's so many things to say at the end of the video. Yeah, like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will be back with another video very, very soon. Lots of love.